A lot of people have made videos where they look at their own copies of the Diary of a Wimpy Kid Do-It-Yourself book, so I decided that I'd also do that. And I also have other books that I'm also going to look at because I've actually vandalized some of them and added my own things to them. I think that The Getaway is one of the weaker books, but I was able to make it more interesting by adding my own drawings. This is gonna be great. Anyway, let's look at this, the Wimpy Kid Do-It-Yourself book. Let's go. This thing right here was how I drew myself back in the day. So this is a drawing of myself that I did when I was 9. And then I think this is a drawing that I did when I was a little bit older. For some reason I added a TV rating to this. So right here we have this sun, and then there's these guys, and then there's Rainbow Dash, of course. And then there's me. For some reason right here I wrote down the dates that I drew in it. I think this is a mix of stuff I drew when I was a kid and stuff that I drew as a teenager. This guy is named Furball, and then I drew a skeleton with a hoodie and I wrote Sans PP.
Sans PP?
I'm not sure what I was trying to do here. One thing I liked to do was give Greg different shirt colors. I'm from the future! Your desert island picks. For video games, I put Splatoon, Super Mario Maker, Big Shot Checkers. Big Shot Checkers is this one game that was on the Cartoon Network website. It was a Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends themed checkers game. For some reason, I wrote need an outlet here. And then he's got a little switch there. And then I added myself here. For books, I just wrote the Diary of a Wimpy Kid series. And then for movies, I wrote My Little Pony Equestria Girls Rainbow Rocks. Sorry, Equestria Girls. My Little Pony, the Mauve. And then there's a younger version of the young version of me. Have you ever tried to blow a bubble with a mouthful of raisins? I've never been sure what that's supposed to mean. Does it mean trying to blow a bubble with raisins or with gum, but also having raisins? What's your favorite animal? Cat. 4 adjectives that describe why. They're better than dogs. What's your favorite color? Green. It's better than blue. I don't know why I had a thing against blue. Part of the page is ripped here. I just found this on the floor randomly. Title of the last book you read. Your Mom. List 4 adjectives. We made your brother. Sorry, we made you our brother. Yep.
Me and your mother making your brother under the sheet.
What is the name of your favorite movie? For some reason I wrote My Little Pony Equestria Girls The Legend of Everfree, even though that movie's probably the most mid in the series. And then I wrote the My Little Pony movie, and then I also wrote And Chipmunk Adventure. I think this one was a copied joke from the copy of this book that was at school back in 3rd grade. Oh, you have a peanut butter sandwich? But no one's allergic to peanuts. Aw, zooey mama. I'm not sure what this was supposed to be. Then there's this, and then there's me trying to avoid the scribble. What's in your brain? For some reason I wrote down a bunch of bands that I didn't listen to, but I knew about them. Predict the future. The annoying catchphrase will be, and these were just things that my older sister said at the time. Sussy wussy. Aliens will visit our planet in the year 3012. I wrote 3012 because there was a Justin Bieber song that mentions 3012. Oh, this is a great thing. The main thing I remember about this kid, Vincent, was that one time he told me that his uncle was Santa Claus and he could put me on the naughty list. And then he did this nod.
I was gonna clean my room until I got high.
This kid looks really happy. And I don't know why I drew this kid like this, because I'm pretty sure this kid didn't even look like this. And then these two are the same kid, but I don't know why I drew him differently. But this kid was really popular. This one thing that this Brian P. kid used to do was, if you made him mad, he would be like, I will not put up with this behavior. One time this kid named Theo did something that pissed him off. And he was like, Theodore Elistad, I will not put up with this behavior. I know your middle name. I will say it in front of the entire class. What's the most embarrassing thing that ever happened to someone who doesn't,
DVD, the cable box going to the DVD.
Apparently a kid tripped over a chair. This is my attempt at drawing Rowley. What's the worst thing you ate? Lemon pound cake. He wanna put down his glass. One time there was lemon cake and we were like forced to eat it or something. But for some reason I really didn't want to eat it. Did you ever do something bad you never got busted for? Yes, pick my nose. That's not bad. Also, what is this supposed to be? Hi, my name is Eugene. You are ugly. No, I'm not. Hi, will you go out with me? No way, you're too ugly. Nuh-uh. Yeah, go look in the mirror. Fine, I will. Shit. Ugly People Anonymous. Yeah, I'm ugly. The joke is that they're speaking in backwards. And then there's this comic where it's me speaking backwards. So I say hello backwards, and then he's like, what the? And then I say, I said hello. And then he says, oh, well. And then he tries to speak backwards, but it's the joke where he accidentally says something really bad. Translation, you, well, I'm a, and you are, I guess, is. So then I'm like, language. And the teacher's like, Vincent. And then the teacher cusses him out. And then I say, ta us a food, which is what a doofus. At the time I thought doofus was a swear word. Same thing with dingaling. Good advice for next year's class. Number 1, don't tell. Number 2, dude, what the this was a creature that I created where his whole thing is that he has a hand that's actually his peener. Draw your family. And then as a kid I imagined that my life would be like a TV show. It would be called Ryan's Life, and it would air on a fictional channel called TBC. But yeah, this is how I drew my family. But then, if my life was like a video game,
sorry, but your princess isn't here.
It would be Ryan's Life 2 for the 3DS, and it would be like this RPG where it's like a top-down style family tree. Create your own family tree in the space below. I did not know how this worked at the time, so there's unfortunate implications here. Your favorites and your least favorites. So, favorite TV show, My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic. For some reason at the time I considered Maroon 5 to be my favorite band, just because I liked a lot of their songs. Nowadays I consider them a guilty pleasure. Favorite food, cheese pizza, which I still agree with. As a kid I didn't like toppings, but really I just don't like pepperoni. Favorite villain, Terrence, the guy from Foster's Home. Store, Target, Walmart. Yeah, that's the best store, Target, Walmart. Favorite cereal, cinnamon, ... Favorite candy, taffy. I only said that because there was a Powerpuff Girls episode about taffy that made me want taffy. Favorite restaurant, McDonald's. Least favorite store, Safeway. What did I have against Safeway? Thank you for safing at Shopway. Least favorite game system, Xbox 360. And least favorite comic strip, Big Nate. I actually liked these two things, but I just put them in least favorite because I didn't like them as much as the alternatives. Record your finest moments. Best dream. I erased it, but what was originally here was PPG new episode, because at the time I liked Powerpuff Girls and I really wanted there to be a new episode, and it kind of felt like it took a while for a new one to come out. And I am talking about the 2016 reboot, and that's actually one of the few things that I watched as a kid that I'm actually ashamed of having watched. I'm fine with admitting that I liked Breadwinners, but admitting that I liked the 2016 Powerpuff is like, I'm not really sure. Best photo, and it's me doing this goofy pose that I liked doing for some reason, so I considered that to be my signature pose at the time. Best athletic feat, me playing bowling, because bowling is the only sport that I ever liked. Funniest quote, I don't remember what I wrote here. I don't remember what I wrote for funniest quote. Nowadays I'd probably write Shoddy got shifty. My little brother would say stuff related to shoddy, and one time I just said Shoddy got shifty, and I'm not even sure what that was supposed to mean, but it stuck around, and it got to a point where I even made a song about it. Coolest award, and it's just a generic award. Best Halloween costume was that one time when I was a ninja. Best meal, and it's just a McDonald's Happy Meal. Based. Okay, so the best joke you've ever heard. No comment. 5 things nobody knows about. This wasn't a secret, though. For some reason, I drew beards on these two. The worst nightmare you ever had. And it's just a bunch of Foster's Home characters. But I never had a nightmare involving them. One thing that's completely unrelated. A few days ago, I had a dream where one of the details of the dream was that I had these 2 energy drinks that had illustrations of Purple Heart on them. And then at another point in the dream, I had this energy drink where the design on the can was just the TBS logo. Rules for your family. Don't laugh at me!
Were you laughing at me? You bastard! You're gonna regret laughing at me!
Number 3, don't go to my room. Number 4, don't... Okay, I think it's supposed to say, don't say I'm gay. Not sure what that's supposed to be referring to. The scoop on your classmates. This is a YouTuber. Also, this one kid whose name was Nasser. Apparently, he took a cupcake and he just rubbed it all over his face for no reason. Unfinished comics. I just recently learned what comic Little Cutie is supposed to be a parody of. Make your own comics. I'm not sure what this is supposed to be. And then everyone's pointing and he's yelling, shut up!
Shut up!
Come up with your own catchphrase. I originally wrote, woo! But then I replaced it with, boy. The first 4 laws you'll pass when you get elected president. Number 1, no scary videos are allowed on YouTube. Why did I just write you here? For some reason I kept writing no here, and I made it seem like I was getting more and more irritated with every no that I wrote. This is my design for a sandwich, just bread, lettuce, and tomato. These nuts. Alright, here it is. Creighton the Cretin. Creighton, why is the best a good Creighton, why is there a bomb in my purse? Oops, I thought it was my mom's. Maybe your purses should be different. You. Whoa. For some reason, as a kid, I thought that word was really funny sounding. So that's why I wrote that. Moving on. Make your own comments. And it's the same joke from before. He says doofus backwards, and then he realizes what he says and he's shocked. Because doofus is a bad word. And then I had a song idea called You Dance. And I never wrote it. This is a comic where Blue and Buttercup are in a bed together. And for some reason they're speaking in Pig Latin. Extreme skaters. Yo, be careful. Yeah, whatever. Oh, hey. This is my character getting naked. That was my attempt at drawing the troll face. This is what a fighting game would have looked like. And this would be the game over screen for the guy who lost. And then there's a party, and for some reason my character is tied up. And then this is the thing that I wrote down, because there was a Nicky, Ricky, Dicky, and Dawn episode that I wanted to watch, but I didn't want to forget what the episode was called, so I wrote it down here. So that was the Wimpy Kid Do-It-Yourself book, and now I want to look at other edits that I've made to my own copies of other books in the series. A lot of the edits that I made are pretty minor. Again, I used to color in Greg's shirt. The only interesting thing I could find was that I drew TiVo here and here. That's a drawing of me that I did in 2017. I'm not sure what this is supposed to be. So I decided to take this guy right here and punish him. And I took this guy right here and did the same for him. And I took all these people here, punished them here, some more punishments here, turned these guys into snails. I drew this guy. And then the death of Mr. Jefferson to Dorian McFlabberfuck. Some more punishment right here. And some more punishment right here. Some Manny punishment, you love to see it. And some more Roderick punishment here. I've also really thought that this would be really funny out of context. And then this is the greatest edit I've made to anything ever. More of this. I think that this is supposed to be anime Greg. I like this drawing that I did right here. Yep. That wasn't so bad, now was it? Let's go! The Meltdown with Zami. And then Greg has the bitch shield. There he is. There he is again. There he is once again. And then punishment for the pig. Bam! Look at that bacon sizzle. Ah! Here he is again. I killed the pig. Why am I here? I don't have a comment. Same. This is actually pretty cool. TVMALS. A smug marshmallow. Warning, this book has been vandalized. Don't read. Why am I writing all this? Because funny. Then over here it says, stop following me. Also, this book originally came with these stickers that were these little letters. So I spelled out nut and I spelled out penis, but then I removed it because my little sister got a hold of the book. Damn it, this color is too dark to see anything. These are some drawings I did again. And this is a TV. This is Nakasu carrying Zami away from something. Some more drawings and stuff, and then Nakasu's looking at this giant butterfly and she's like, please don't eat me. And then on the back, it ate her and she's like, I said don't eat me. Okay, that's a pretty weird joke, not gonna lie. Why are we so short? Yeah. And then there's this. Greg with a beard. Gautier's in Diary of a Wimpy Kid. That is it. In conclusion, Dorian McFlabberfuck.